Have you ever found yourself wondering why some people, despite, really trying hard, just can't seem to catch a break?
Hmm.
Or maybe why certain health issues can baffle doctors for decades and then suddenly there's an answer.
Yeah, those kinds of long-running mysteries.
Exactly. Well, today we're not just asking these questions, we're diving deep into one listener's extraordinary family story. It really offers this almost blueprint-like clarity on these exact points.
Okay.
Okay, let's unpack this. We've been given a truly rich, pretty complex case study. It's like a tapestry, really,
Okay.
of interwoven lives. It explores these big themes: fortune, misfortune, health, and these profound spiritual paths.
And what's really fascinating here, I think, is how clearly this family's narrative, their story, it illustrates the intricate web of cause and effect. What we understand as karma, right?
Right.
Playing out not just in one lifetime, but across many. It's quite a journey, taking us from, gambling dens and the thrill of horse racing, all the way to a really deep quest for spiritual liberation. And it's all within the scope of just one family.
So our mission today is basically to pull out the most impactful nuggets of knowledge from this very personal history. We want to help you, our listener, understand the profound and often pretty surprising impact of past actions and present choices,
Yeah.
how they affect your own life, your health, and really every relationship you hold dear.
Absolutely. A very practical application.
Let's start with the father. His ambitions seem to, well, constantly clash with his reality. Our listener describes him as someone who tried numerous legitimate businesses. I mean, owning a rice mill, a pig farm, a grocery store, even an auto repair shop. But he just found no lasting success.
Right.
His ventures, as the listener said, didn't flourish. They didn't reach the goal. He apparently wanted to be a billionaire, got to 900 million baht, but still felt like he fell short.
And the source material, it points to a really deep-seated karmic reason for this.
Mm-hmm.
The root cause for this struggle, even though he put in genuine effort, is something called kama kap kanpan. It's the karma of associating with, let's say, bad company or unwholesome influences in a past life.
Ah, okay.
And this isn't just, a minor thing. It left a kind of inherited tendency, almost a pull, drawing him compulsively into unwholesome activities like gambling in this life.
So that actively prevented the other businesses.
Exactly. It effectively stopped any honest business from truly taking root and flourishing. It was like a magnet constantly pulling him towards distraction, towards the easy, risky path.
And wow, what a pull it was. He became what our listener called a pro-gambling master. So immersed, it was almost like a profession.
Mm-hmm.
He'd bet hundreds of thousands on the lottery, every single draw. He'd collect all his income just for this purpose.
Wow.
He even suggested buying numbers 0 through 9 to guarantee a win. I mean, that shows a certain desperation, doesn't it?
It really does. Starting out hoping to get rich, then just scrambling to get his money back. It's
Yeah.
that classic gambler spiral. And this brings us to a really potent insight about karma, actually. The tragic irony here is that the father does have past merit. He has merit from generosity, Dana Barrowman.
So he should have had good fortune.
He has a wellspring of good fortune, potentially, but it's completely blocked.
Blocked.
Yeah. Imagine like a powerful, positive current of water, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there's this dam built from his unwholesome actions and a mind just constantly obsessed with gambling. It stops the water from reaching the mill.
Okay, I get that image.
The energy, the potential for success, it's there, but it just can't activate. His good karma literally doesn't get a chance to break through that dense cloud of his current unwholesome karma.
Huh.
If he'd put that same diligence, that same focus into honest work, the sources suggest he would have absolutely succeeded.
So it's not just what we did in the past, but how our current mind state and actions either allow or prevent that past good from flowing. That's huge.
Precisely. It's about clearing the channel.
And beyond the gambling table, his unwholesome patterns, they extended elsewhere too, right? Cockfighting?
He was described as one of the most aggressive boxing watchers, cheering as if you were right beside the ring, making fighting gestures.
Really getting into it.
Yeah, and becoming really irritable and angry if anyone interrupted him during a match.
And if we connect this to the bigger picture, the money that comes from these kinds of dishonest livelihoods, what's called micha achieva.
Right.
It's often called hot money. And that's not just a metaphor for quick cash.
No.
No, it means money acquired through the ruin or the suffering of others, whether it's people or animals, like in cockfighting or gambling.
Okay.
The source uses this vivid image. It's like eating a hot red iron ball.
Oof.
Yeah. Potent, isn't it? It might seem like sustenance at first, but it brings immense pain and suffering, both in getting it and inevitably losing it. Even if he got rich, it would be fleeting, unstable, and ultimately just lead to more suffering. And the karmic consequence down the line is pretty dire if his mind is clouded by these things, especially the gambling, right before death.
He risks rebirth in lower realms. And this isn't like a punishment from outside. It's a natural consequence. His mind is just so deeply ingrained with and attached to those patterns.
So it just continues the cycle.
Exactly. It perpetuates that cycle of suffering into future lives.
That's a powerful thought, a really unsettling one, about the long shadow our choices cast. Okay, building on that theme, how past actions ripple through a family. Let's look at the brother-in-law. His journey is just as compelling. He was a police officer, described as diligent, actively seeking extra income. He tried side jobs, buying and selling goods, farming, gardening, clearly trying to improve things for his family.
Right, he had that drive. But, like the father, he also suffered from that kama-kop-con pan, that tendency from past associations with negative influences.
Okay, same root issue there.
But critically, in his case, there's another layer. He also lacked pañabarami, which is wisdom merit.
Wisdom merit. Meaning?
Meaning, in the past, he hadn't focused on seeking knowledge or supporting education. This kind of spiritual or wisdom deficiency left him vulnerable. It led him towards these short-sighted, get-rich-quick schemes instead of sustainable, wholesome work.
Ah, so he lacked the discernment to see the danger.
Exactly. He couldn't see the long-term consequences clearly.
And initially, his big scheme, being an illegal lottery operator, it was incredibly successful, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The listener says he had unbelievably good income, was flush with cash, buying cars, land, renovating his house.
The whole 9 yards.
But, as the source notes, very wisely, oddly, all vices begin well. This initial good fortune, it says, it hides a seed of calamity.
That's precisely it. That initial success, however dazzling it looks, is just the seed of calamity. It's an illusion of prosperity, and it's destined to scatter. It won't last. It's like a temporary high that inevitably leads to a crash.
And scatter it did. He quickly became a high-stakes gambler himself, right? Playing his own game. And then his lottery business started losing money mysteriously. Just too many winners, apparently.
Yeah, the odds caught up.
Which spiraled into deep, crushing debt. He ended up fleeing, hiding from creditors in his own home, sneaking around. The family lived under immense stress.
You can only imagine.
He tried to recover by borrowing more, which just made the debt spiral worse. Sold all their assets, still wasn't enough. Eventually, he just gave up and turned over a new leaf. But, as the listener pointed out, only because he literally had nothing left.
Hit rock bottom.
Pretty much. But his gambling journey wasn't quite over, was it?
No, there was another chapter.
Horse racing. He bought an injured, good-breed horse for hundreds of thousands. Cared for it meticulously, like his own child.
Yeah, feeding it soft grass, bathing it, calling vets, even when he wouldn't take medicine himself. Quite the investment, emotionally and financially.
The whole family attended races weekly, totally captivated by the idea of winning vast sums.
And this is just another really powerful illustration of why that hot money from unwholesome sources like gambling or exploiting animals, it's just never sustainable. It doesn't matter how much effort or care or money you pour into it, it always brings misfortune eventually. The very nature of its origin is tainted, and that taint will manifest.
And the story of that one race, it's quite dramatic and frankly heartbreaking. The jockey pushed the horse relentlessly as fast as it could, even though it was clearly showing fatigue and asthma, whipping it repeatedly.
He's pushing it beyond its limits.
Tragically, yeah. The horse collapsed forcefully, broke its leg just meters from the finish line.
Oh, terrible.
And then it was sold for just 7,000 baht for meat. All their other horses eventually had to be sold too.
And this is where the karmic consequences, according to the source, become incredibly clear and specific. For those involved in an illegal lottery, if their mind is clouded by that at death, they could face rebirth in the 6th grade hell. The description is intense. Body pierced with hot iron rods in the shape of numbers.
Wow.
And even reborn as a human, their wealth will be vaipat, meaning cursed or ruined, lost through various means.
And for the horse racing.
Equally severe karma for everyone involved, owner, jockey, track owner, even the bettors. They risk rebirth in a hot iron arena, forced to run endlessly by hell wardens using hot iron rods or whips.
An echo of the race.
Exactly. And as a human, they tend to manifest a dull intellect, suffer from respiratory diseases like asthma mirroring the horse's suffering, and potentially even physical deformities due to the animal's torture. These
Yeah.
are very precise karmic reflections.
It's such a stark reminder of the long-term, painful impact of those seemingly quick gains. And the ripple effect, well, it hits the family hard. The listener's sister is now bearing all the family expenses, which is causing significant marital strife. The source notes, quite pointedly, that love depends on economics, describing the relationship like a cracked, dry earth without rain.
And her situation, her predicament, it's also karmically linked. The sister in a past life apparently rejoiced in unwholesome deeds. It's called anumatana bep.
Rejoiced, meaning she didn't do them herself.
Not necessarily. It's about finding joy or approval in others' unwholesome actions. Taking pleasure in their gambling wins, for instance. Even if she didn't gamble herself, that mental participation creates a connection.
Ah, okay. So that's why she's now entangled in this cycle of gambling and its consequences.
That's the connection, yes. So what does this mean for the whole family? The solution offered in the source is pretty clear. They have to break entirely from these activities.
Cold turkey.
Pretty much. Pursue honest livelihood with diligence, and crucially, accumulate all types of merit. It also clarifies that using money from dishonest sources, even if you give it to charity or use it for merit,
Yeah.
it only yields a tiny bit of good. It's like trying to clean a bucket of muddy water by adding just one single drop of pure water. The taint is too strong. The positive effect is minimal.
Right. You need to stop adding mud first.
Exactly. Stop the source of the problem.
Okay. Shifting from the struggles of the men, let's look at a different kind of karmic pattern with the mother's story. Our listener described her as having a beautiful heart. Kind, helpful, devout, always praying, making offerings to monks.
A good person, by all accounts.
And despite having poor health, she worked incredibly hard, saved diligently, made sure her kids got a good education.
Right.
Yet despite this good character, she suffered chronically for nearly 30 years. That's a long time.
A very long time.
She had numbness, leg pain, and lower back pain. Her legs were actually wasting away, making walking hard, sometimes losing all sensation. And doctors couldn't find the cause for almost 3 decades.
Yeah.
And here's where the karmic insight just clicks everything into place. The diagnosis only came when the karma lessened.
And the source reveals her, well, surprising past life connection. She was apparently a male boxer.
A boxer.
Yes. Who specifically jabbed the tires. That's a term for kicking the legs of opponents, causing injury.
Oh, the legs. Okay.
She also enjoyed gambling and cheering cockfights, interestingly, much like her current husband.
Wow.
And additionally, she had a history of what's termed sexual misconduct, kama-kame-chachu.
Okay, so if we connect those dots, those past actions directly.
You see a precise karmic echo, don't you?
Yeah. Reborn as a woman, which is often linked as a consequence of past sexual misconduct for a man. Suffering from chronic leg pain and atrophy directly related to injuring opponent's legs. And married to a husband who mirrors her own past enjoyment of gambling and cockfighting.
Yeah.
It's incredibly clear.
It really is a direct reflection.
And that delayed diagnosis, almost 30 years. How does karma explain that?
Well, this is a fascinating karmic mechanism the source points out. When a heavy karma is still thick, its energy is so potent, so active,
Yeah.
it actually obscures the physical manifestation from being easily diagnosed. Doctors, no matter how skilled, might not find the root cause. Think of it like a thick, dark cloud hiding a star. But over time, as the specific karmic energy from that past action naturally starts to wane, as the karma thins out, as the source puts it, the cloud disperses.
Right.
And only then does the physical cause become apparent. Suddenly, it's diagnosable, and even simple remedies might start to work.
So it's not necessarily that the illness wasn't there, but the karmic energy was preventing it from being seen or treated effectively.
Precisely. It shows that some medical mysteries might actually have their roots in karma, not just biology.
That's profound. So the solution for her?
Similar advice. Accumulate all types of merit. Practice radiating loving kindness, which is a powerful antidote, and specifically dedicate merit to those she wronged in the past, like those boxers whose legs she injured. These actions actively help to thin out those karmic clouds faster.
Okay. Turning our attention now to a different thread in this karmic tapestry, ancestral connections and the path forward for you, our listener. Your grandfather, who passed away at 83, was found to be a middle-level Fumathoa. That's an earth deity, right?
Yes. a type of earthbound deity. And the source confirms he did receive the merit the family offered. His conditions actually improved significantly in those heavenly realms.
That's good to hear.
And interestingly, he wants more merit and expressed gratitude, which is a really clear, direct sign for all of us that dedicating merit truly does reach our departed loved ones and actively helps them.
It's not just a symbolic act.
Not at all. It has real effect.
No, your younger sister, she has a really remarkable story. She became a Nubasika, a dedicated lay female devotee at the temple.
Yes.
And she joined along with 14 other friends, making a group of 15 in total.
And the deep dive into their past lives is quite extraordinary.
Yeah.
It reveals they were all high-ranking Kulabut in a past era.
Kulabut.
Noble sons, basically, from elite, wealthy families, and they all ordained together alongside a royal prince.
Wow, quite a group.
Indeed. And the 13 who are now female friends, they were once handsome and rich men who were served by many women. That past karma is why they were reborn as women this time. The 2 male friends were also highborn. And the key thing is, they all easily gave up their wealth and status to ordain, to spread the Dhamma teachings. They achieved good meditation results, reached the inner sphere, and returned to Dusitpuri, which is a high celestial realm.
So they had a very strong spiritual foundation together.
Extremely strong. But here is a crucial warning that was given specifically to this group in the present. They must be careful not to engage in flirting. The source uses a specific phrase, the come by.
Okay, flirting, why?
Because doing so would destroy their very good past karmic blueprint. That blueprint was built on lifelong celibacy and dedicated Dhamma practice from that past life.
Ah, so it would overwrite their original path.
Exactly. Maintaining their current dedicated path strengthens that powerful original blueprint. But deviating, for instance, deciding, oh, I'll just be a provision supplier or supporter instead of fully dedicating myself, that would actually create a new, less beneficial blueprint for their future lives. It's a significant choice point.
That makes sense. It's like reinforcing an old habit versus starting a new, weaker one.
Precisely. So this raises an important question for you, the listener, right? What does this mean for your own path?
Yeah.
Your past merit, likely similar in strength to your sister's, makes it easy for you to connect to the temple with these teachings. You can choose to be a provision supplier for now if you're not ready to fully join like your sister. That's still a valid and meritorious path.
Okay.
However, it's vital to be aware of how that choice influences your future karmic blueprint, just like we saw with her friends. Small adjustments now can lead to a very different trajectory later on.
Right.
And perhaps more immediately, the source encourages you to keep making persistent, gentle efforts to invite your parents to make merit. Even if they resist now, keep trying. It helps them accumulate merit for their future and might help shift those deeply ingrained negative patterns we talked about earlier.
Gently persistent. Got it. Okay, lastly, let's delve into the story of your friend, the one with 2 mothers.
Ah, yes, that's a fascinating one.
She had her birth mother and her aunt, 2 incredibly loving women who cared for her deeply. A lot of support. Yet, despite all this love and support, she found it most difficult to join the temple. Which seems like a real paradox, doesn't it? Especially compared to how easily your sister and her friends joined.
It does seem paradoxical on the surface.
Yeah.
But it reveals a really fascinating, deep karmic bond. The source explains that way back in an ancient kappa, that's an eon, an immense period of time.
Wow. Okay.
Both your birth mother and your aunt had actually been her mothers in that past life. And they made a wish together, a powerful aspiration, to be reborn together again.
So their current strong, loving bond
Is built on that ancient shared aspiration from eons ago.
Yeah.
That's why the connection is so powerful now.
Okay, that explains the bond. But what about the paradox? She ordained easily in a past life, even more easily than the others in that group. So why was it so hard this time?
And here is the critical lesson from her story. It's incredibly profound. She was, in a word, complacent.
Complacent.
After that easy past ordination, she neglected to make a strong aktathan. That's a firm resolution or aspiration. She didn't resolve strongly to be able to easily access the temple and the teachings in future lives. She kind of took it for granted, thinking it would always be easy for her.
Ah.
This negligence in her etathian barami, her power of resolution, is what made it so challenging for her this time around. Her family, bound by that ancient loving connection, constantly wanted her home, pulling her away.
So because she didn't set that strong intention for the future, her loving family ties actually became an obstacle.
Exactly. It truly emphasizes how profoundly important Atith and Barami is for consciously designing your own life program for future existences.
Yeah.
It's like, imagine a builder creates a magnificent blueprint for a house,
Yeah.
but then they forget to save the file properly, or they don't make a firm intention to actually build that specific house again. The potential is there, but without that clear conscious resolution, external circumstances, even loving ones, can easily pull you off course.
Wow. The power of intention, or the lack thereof, shaping future reality.
Precisely. And just a comforting note for her two mothers. The source reassures that mothers, or any caregiver who lovingly supports and raises children, even if not blood-related, they will share in the merit their child generates by following the spiritual path. Their loving intention and support connects them to that wholesome outcome.
That's good to know. So pulling all of this together, what does it all mean for us, for you, the listener? This deep dive, it's offered such a clear, almost, well, blueprint-like understanding, hasn't it?
It really has.
How our choices, past and present, shape not just our individual lives, but the whole fabric of our family, our community relationships. It just underscores the profound, often incredibly intricate impact of karma. Remember the father? His good merit was right there, but completely blocked by his obsession.
Yeah.
Or the friend whose past complacency with making a strong resolution, an Atithian, made her present spiritual path so challenging despite past ease.
And if we connect this to the bigger picture, this family story really illuminates several critical insights, doesn't it?
Yeah.
The self-defeating nature of dishonest wealth, that hot money concept.
Right.
How unwholesome actions can literally block even existing good merit from actually manifesting in our lives.
Yeah. Prevent it from helping us.
Exactly. And maybe most importantly, the undeniable transformative power of our intentions and aspirations are a Tithian to consciously design our future existences. Every action, every thought, every wish you make, it's like a stroke on the canvas of your future.
So maybe the final thought for you, the listener, is this. Consider the blueprint you are designing for your own life right now. Not just for tomorrow or next year, but for lifetimes to come. What intentions are you setting? What aspirations are you holding? And how are you making sure that your own good merit always gets a chance to shine through, unblocked and unhindered by unwholesome patterns?